all, had all of the healthy
in those
stuff.
days, grain was healthy.
Let's assume that.
What the Torah tells us.
GMO is basically kilayim. They have kilayim in those days.
There's a difference between if it's natural and if it's they use what's it called, a vector. Temurah Daf.
Give it
Mosquito.
Temurah Daf. Now we're up. Thank you. Now we're up to an Eily.
Ooh, a tick. Got it. Sorry.
Vlad Temurah. Vlad. 1 second. How do you read this? What's the Yud Gimel here? Temurah Daf. Vlad Temurah. The exchange of an Eily. So you have a problem over here. We don't have a Vlad of an Eily because an Eily is a Zachar. So we have the exchange of an Eily in the offspring of its exchange. Because the exchange could be a male or female. Wow. This Temurah it doesn't say specifically what type. So,
that's a Bible question.
Vlad Temurah. Vlad. I'd say
So
Kol
you're saying
Ha'olam.
when can a Eily be given as a Zachar? That's the question.
Yeah, but
If it's the blood.
we're going to see in a minute. When given as in the Keva.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, because of the Temurah Daf.
Right.
So, Harei Elu Ka'ila, all of these are like Eily, to Nehefshit v'nituach v'chol le'ishim. It's a regular Eily. It's brought on the fire and everything. Hamafresh Nekeva Eily, let's say someone goes ahead and consecrates a female animal as an Eily. Yolda Zachar. So, you know the mother you don't bring as an Eily because that didn't work. An Eily needs to be a Zachar. However, the female animal that you consecrated now gives birth to a male animal. Yirad she you starve, you wait until it gets a mum, this child, this offspring, you macher, you sell it, you have a b'dam ma'ila, and then you buy a regular oila, or zachar. Even though this was a zachar, but you sell it and you buy a new one. Rabbi Eliezer Aimer, hu achts ma'yakar v'oila. No, it's perfectly fine. It's the offspring of an oila. Its mother, I can't offer it because it's not the right gender, but I bring it as an oila. The Gemara asks over here, it's very interesting. By the Temurah, we said that the offspring of the Temurah is brought as an Eily. The Chachamim don't tell us anything about that. They don't say you can't bring it, you have to sell it. The mother obviously was a Nekeva. Probably the mother you don't bring. So we lose our question. The Temurah Daf would be if you exchange it for a Zachar, you do bring that. Vlad Temurah would mean the child of a Nekeva Eily that was exchanged. Right. You probably didn't bring the mother. We're discussing the child. So why the child over there? The Chachamim don't say that you have to sell it.
Right.
And when you're mafresh directly in a Nekeva, and it has a child that's a Zachar, we have a machlokes. Do you sell it or do you bring it directly? In the beginning, by the Vlad of the Temurah, you say you just bring it. And then when you actual thing, it says, well, that's a good question. Ma'ishna Reisha, delay pligi. Ma'ishna Sefer the pligi. Why didn't they argue on the Reisha that you should have to sell the animal and with that money buy a new Eily that's a male? Amar Rabbi Bar Chana. Rabbi Bar Chana says b'machlokes shniyah. It's the same machlokes. We waited till the end to tell you the machlokes. Rabbi Lezer. That first opinion is the opinion of Rabbi Lezer, but of course the Chachamim are going to argue on that. Rava Amar Fil Temurah Rabbanon. Rava says no. Rava says that it's not. It's Adkan Lepligi Aleh the Rabbi Lezer. Why did they argue on Rabbi Lezer in the Seifa? That's Ela b'mafresh nekeva la'oila. If someone directly consecrates a nekeva, a female, the emalek kreva, that the mother cannot be brought. Aval Temurah, the Ema Nami Kreva. What's this? Aval Gabi Vlad Temurah. But when I bring an offspring of a Temurah, over here it's going to be different. Why? The Ema Nami Kreva. The mother is also brought. Now I have to point out, when it says over here the mother, it doesn't really mean the mother. You see, it means the original karban was eligible. What happened here is I consecrated a male offering, male Eily. Then I made a Temurah with the female. And now the female gives birth to a male. And for some reason, the Chachamim don't argue that I need to sell that and buy a new male. The Chachamim say I could actually offer that itself. Now, if I would have consecrated the mother and it had an offspring, the Chachamim say, no, you have to sell it. Now that I consecrated a different animal and I exchanged it, now it has an offspring, now I, all of a sudden, this is eligible. Chachamim explain, why is it eligible? Because original animal here was eligible. Right. It's only this one that the original one, the mother wasn't eligible when if I would have directly consecrated that. Okay. Now the Gemara asks, does Rabbi Elazar really say that? Or a minnow, I'll ask you a question. Temuras Asham. The exchange of an Asham. An Asham is also a Zachar, right? Yeah. Is that correct? Okay, let's see. Vlad, Temurah, the offspring of its exchange. Vladan of Vlad, Vladan Adseif Kol Oilam Yirat Sheistavu V'Yimachav Yipul Damul V'Linadava. You have to wait till it gets a mom. You sell it, and the money you put in those shayfras where you can buy community sacrifices. Rabbi Lezer Amir Yamusu. Rabbi Lezer, here I have to be careful. Chaf Bais. Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says that it's put to death, just like a chatas. He learns a chatas and a nashim is the same. Rabbi Eliezer Aimer Yavi b'demeim Eily. Rabbi Eliezer says that you sell it and you bring with its money an Eily. This is very interesting. Rabbi Eliezer in our Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer in our Mishnah says that you bring the animal itself. When it comes to an asham, you sell the asham, you sell that offspring, and you bring an Eily with we learned before already that the extra asham is brought as an Eily. Remember that? Extra asham is brought. But here, apparently, it's an Eily, and nevertheless, you're selling it, and you're bringing a new one. Why does Rabbi Elazar say that you can bring the actual offspring of an Eily? When I have an asham that turns into an Eily, I have to sell it and bring an Eily. So, b'damimin hu atzmin lai. I have to sell it and then buy a new one, but it itself not. Amar Rav Chisda, Rabbi Elazar l'divreim d'Rabbanan kamar. Rav Chisda says what we're learning here is not Rabbi Elazar's opinion. Rabbi Elazar is arguing with the rabbis, and he's telling them like this: that if you want to hear my opinion, that I'll tell you later. But your opinion is messed up. Your opinion, even according to you, you should accept at least this. So, in other words, our question is this Rabbi Elazar's opinion? Rabbi Elazar holds something else. We're saying, no, this is only a retort to the rabbis of what he thinks that the rabbis should hold. He says like this: Lidi di svirli, according to me, my opinion, afilu vlad nami karvaila. Yeah, even the offspring is brought directly. But lididchu. But according to you, that you're saying, damrisu the raya that you or tira, that or like karva Eily, it says on the side, that you don't bring it as a Eily, but Eily mias the meisus lenidvas yachadasli. At least you should agree that what remains should not go into the charity. It should go for his own. The money should go for his own Eily, and not for the community Eily. And they tell him back, it's not so. We hold that the extra animal goes for the community. They tell him back, no. That we argue with you on that point as well, and that's their opinion. So Rav has another answer. He says, "Ad kan lekam Rabbi Elazar who asked me akrvei lel mafresh nekev Eily." When does Rabbi Elazar say that you bring the animal itself? That's when you consecrated a female animal for an Eily. The ikashem Eily al imai. Here we're hearing a new opinion. The opinion that we're hearing is that there is such a thing as a female Eily. The female Eily is if it would be a bird. conceptually, there's a concept of a female oila. So when he's makdish the female animal as an oila, even though you can't offer that, but a bird, if it would have been a bird,
I just learned that. Is that handy today? I
I
just
don't
read that. That's
yes,
why.
could be yesterday's stuff. Yesterday we mentioned this.
Hold on, no.
Oh.
Today's I read it.
So, because conceptually it does exist. So therefore, the offspring it's already there in concept, and therefore you could bring the offspring itself. Aval gabi Temurah's blood, I suppose was it blood Temurah's asham, but regarding to the offspring of the exchange of an asham, leka shem oila al imai. The mother is not an oila. The mother is an asham, and there's no such thing as a female asham, I guess. There's no oila here. So Maidu Rabbi Elazar would agree the bedam of in, but who atzmei like karev. But it itself you can't bring. So there is a difference here because our question was from an exchanged asham that turns into an oila. Over there you see that you sell it. That's very different than an exchanged asham that turns into an oila than an oila itself. Esvei Abaya. Abaya has a question. Does Rabbi Elazar really need that the mother is an oila? But it was taught in a brisa. We're going to have a bunch of cases here. Hamafrish nekeva lepischai. Someone consecrates a female animal for his korban pesach. The korban pesach needs to be a male. So I told you this in school. I remember in 4th or 5th grade, my teacher asked us, if you find you're bringing a korban pesach, and inside the korban pesach you find there's a baby inside. What do you do with the baby? Is that also? Question. So we were all thinking ben pakua, and then he told us that it's a male. Korban pesach has to be a male. Okay, so amafrish nekeva lepischai. If someone consecrates a female for a korban pesach, yirad sheyistav v'timachav yavid b'damei pesach. You have to wait till it gets a mum. You sell it, and then with the money you bring an actual korban pesach, which of course would be a zachar. Yolda, let's say it gave birth. Yirad sheyistav, same thing. You wait till it gets a mum. V'yimacha, you sell it. V'yamadav pesach, and you buy a pesach, even with the offspring. Nishtayra achara pesach. Let's say it was left after pesach. Then tira ad sheyistav, you wait till it gets a mum. V'yavid b'damei shlamim. You bring a peace offering, because a korban pesach after pesach, if it wasn't brought, it turns automatically into a peace offering. It's very similar to shlamim. Yolda, let's say it gave birth. Yirad sheyistav v'yamachav yavid b'damei shlamim. You also bring that as a shlamim. Same thing. Rabbi Elazar Reimer, hu atzma yakriv shlamim. You don't have to sell it. You could bring it itself as a shlamim. But in this case, the leka shleim shlamim alimai. Its mother wasn't a shlamim. Its mother was a pesach, and nevertheless, you're bringing it itself. It's very similar to the asham that gets turned into an oila. We say that the mother wasn't an oila.
What is a pesach?
It was a pesach. Over here, the mother was a pesach. It wasn't a shlamim.
Well, what is it considered? A pesach.
Shlamim. Okay. Amar Rabbi Elazar Yaakov Shlamim, and Rabbi Elazar says you can do it itself. Amar Lei Rava Achar Pesach Kamret Shani Achar Pesach the Meiser Pesach Kufei Karev Shlamim. It's what he is saying. After Pesach, the Pesach itself is a Shlamim. The mother is a Shlamim. Yihachi Niflik Namim Bereisha. So why didn't he argue in the Reisha? When it says that it itself, we had two cases. If it's left after Pesach, or it gave birth after Pesach. Right? We said if it gave birth, he argued. Why doesn't he argue with it itself remains after Pesach? We said that you wait till it gets a mum. The Gemara says, he does argue. Okay, we'll stop him here.
The one?